everybody, how's it going? Here we are, us 90s babies, here to talk about something that's very near and dear to each of our hearts. Movies from the 90s. There's a lot of them, a lot of classics, but we want to get it down to the essential top 5 for everybody.
That's 10.
Well, I'm doing 5.
Were these movies aired in the 90s, or are they movies we should see?
They came out, they were released
They're both.
in the 90s.
It's both,
And you need to
actually.
see them now if you haven't seen them.
That's a good distinction.
You did your research? You're sure?
Did the research.
I want to get some angry
That's a good
comments.
distinction. They both came out in the 90s and are also essential movies for people who were born in the 90s.
Yes. And other people. Even
and
after
other
the
humans, non-90s.
Basically anyone
Plebes.
should see 'em.
We don't care about them as much, but they should see the films.
And they're more geared towards the younger. They're like more younger movies rather than like adult movies that came out in the 90s that would make more sense for an adult. So all right, Jared. Maybe there's one.
Jared grew up too fast. That's what happened.
Yes, Jared had that same beard since 1996.
Yeah, since I was 5.
He's always looked this dapper. So let's start with the first one. They're in no particular order, but we're just gonna go through all of them.
But they're in this order.
But they're in the order that we're telling them to you. But there's no particular reason why we have them in that order.
Besides putting them in this
Besides them being in this order arbitrarily. Should we do an alphabetical order to
Don't
make
even
less
know
of
what
a
order they're
hullabaloo?
going to be in. It's Jerry's going to
Just say one randomly.
And,
Just pick
well,
one.
I
What's the
think we
first one?
should
Go,
might as well
go.
do them
Just
in
say one.
alphabetical
Go.
just
order.
say
so
it. Ready, set, go.
Which
Home
Alone.
Okay.
A classic 90s film. We should have written down what year they all came out. But
It's all right.
Oh, we did our research.
no one does research here. We leave that to Bill, and he hasn't done any research since the incident.
Who, the
You're
camera guy?
on
Yes.
thin ice.
Yes, he is.
Slacking.
You remember
on
that game, Don't Break the
responsibility.
Ice, where you had to use the little
Yes,
hammer?
Yes.
That was a
Classic 90s game!
game.
We should have had some 90s stuff. Is it Etch a
That's our
Sketch? is
That's a
not-
sketch.
I don't
8
know.
Ball? No.
I don't know. Game of Thrones started coming out in 1996.
Really?
The books.
The books did.
90!
Pokemon.
Little Mermaid! That's 91. Pokemon is a classic 90s video game. Super Pokemon. Anyway.
Boy Scouts.
No one likes
That's
Boy
when we
Scouts.
joined Boy Scouts.
When was the...
Or Cub Scouts.
Actually, I was only a Cub Scout. I never...
Yeah, I don't know if
We
I
never-
officially was
Yeah,
promoted.
you guys were actually never Boy Scouts.
Let's get down to the movies that everyone's been waiting to watch us talk about them.
All right, Home Alone.
And then watch later.
Home Alone. But the movie that shot Macaulay Culkin into superstardom and put him directly into the eyes of Michael Jackson. A classic film in its own right. It also spawned a few sequels, none of which were better than the second movie, Lost in New York. But of course, the first one's a classic with Joe Pesci and the other guy.
Yes, the other guy.
Why is this a top 5 movie for Essentials 90s children to watch?
Because it was a well put together kids comedy, basically.
A great
It was a
kids comedy for kids by kids.
No, it wasn't by kids.
Oh, well.
But those
I got ahead of
usually aren't
myself.
the greatest.
No,
I loved
you
all
just-
the little traps that it reminded me of Mousetrap.
You felt
Yeah.
you could have come up with a trap and enjoyed it. He's got the little guy in the tub.
Yes.
He does the guy, what does he say? With the gun.
You filthy ant. That's
Yeah.
the second one, isn't
Oh,
it?
awkward.
Yeah.
Jared, my memory's a little fuzzy.
Combining movies here now.
Either way, they were advanced enough that they were, and creative enough that they were like, wow, I wouldn't have thought of that, but that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's why it was interesting.
The wonderment. Every child hates being left behind.
Yes.
But imagine, it's like risky business, except for a child.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do whatever you want. Order pizza. Eat popcorn. Run naked through the house.
You could.
In the extended version. Unrated.
Oh, God. Of course you watched it.
Anyway.
So I think that's definitely a worthy inclusion
it's gotta be
into
in
the
there.
list. Next up, alphabetically.
No, just pick one.
Since we're already alphabetically, we're
after-
not in
after
alphabetical
one-
order.
Which one's?
I'm gonna say Space Jam.
Yay! Space Jam.
Pump up the jam. Pump it up.
Home to many classic characters, Bugs of all the Looney Tunes,
Looney
Bugs
Tunes.
Bunny, Daffy Duck.
Oh, do we have to bleep that out? Can we say Looney Tunes on the air?
Legally, yes. Illegally, no.
So we have to say it.
Michael Jordan, looking like a baller the whole movie.
Yes.
Against the Monstars. You had Bill Murray.
Yes.
You had Wayne Knight.
I haven't seen it in a while. I can't think of how the animation was. Was it good for that time period?
The interaction between them?
Yeah.
The live action mixed with
where
the
he's talking to basically
draw.
nothing, but it's Bugs Bunny there, and like that kind of thing.
I mean-
it's
They
not
did
the
it right.
best, yeah.
It did what it needed to do. The characters retained their cartoony feel,
Right.
which is all I can ask for.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, a great underdog film.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're against literally the universe best basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
And they creamed them.
Well, yeah. I wouldn't say
Oh,
creamed
sorry.
them. I wouldn't really say creamed them.
No, they did beat
They
them.
won on a last second half court dunk.
Yes.
So, you know, they did all they could to stop the Monstars, who obviously cheated at the beginning
Of course.
and
those dirty
stole the
Monstars.
basketball ability from, various professional basketball players.
Man,
Yeah.
I just remember it being really funny.
Classic
That's why
sports
yeah.
movie.
Well, it has Looney Tunes in it.
Probably
Yeah.
probably the best Looney Tunes movie,
Oh yeah, by far.
and essential viewing.
A must see.
A stellar cast. Who else wouldn't want to be pulled into the Looney Tunes world? So let's go on to our third
Number 3.
option.
Jurassic Park.
Out of order, I
Jurassic
knew I was trying to
Park.
remember them all.
I was gonna say the one for last. That's my favorite of
Yeah.
the list.
Well, you should
And it's
stop
got a
me.
new movie coming out
Yeah, it
in
does.
June. Oh, that's your favorite one out of our list?
Out of the list, yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
forgot what's on the list.
Well, you'll find
There's
out.
only one.
There's 2 more.
Oh, there's 2 more. You're right.
There's 2 more.
Well, yeah, but the other one's not. Come on, compared to Jurassic Park, the ones that are left.
I don't remember
That's
what the
kinda
ones that
rude.
are left.
You also will be a surprise to you, too, then.
Well, Jurassic Park, I think, is probably one of the best out
It was
of
one of the
all
best
of the
out of all of
90s,
them.
I'd say.
The Jurassic Park is probably one of the best movies, and it still holds up extremely well.
Right.
The way they,
Oh yeah, all the mechanics.
the
and
animatronic
everything,
dinosaurs, if you hold that up to against pretty much any movie, it still holds up extremely well, even compared to CGI where it looks kind of off.
yeah.
This looked great. Another Newman from Seinfeld movie,
Classic.
causing all the problems with his security. Jeff Goldblum looking like a boss.
Yes.
Definitely boss.
Who wouldn't want to drive around in a park
Did
with
you
dinosaurs?
want to finish your thought?
No, I didn't.
Nice pause.
And the park will finally be open when the new movie comes out, Jurassic World.
In June.
You'd think that they would be smarter than that, but...
No. It only messed up a couple times. What's the worst that could happen?
I wanted to say, speaking of the animatronics, I was watching it recently on TV, and the eyes of the dinosaurs were just so realistic because they would blink, and it wasn't like they would blink and then blink. They would blink once, then twice, then maybe once again. It was very
Oh yeah,
realistic.
it was extremely well done.
Yeah.
Steve-
Even
Spielberg
the eyes
knows what's
moved
up.
around.
Right.
They blink like you said.
They
And then
blink.
very
I'm thinking of
natural
when the
blink.
They also
Triceratops,
blink,
when the
too.
Triceratops was laying, it was sick.
Yeah.
That was just like its head was moving and it was blinking, and I was like, wow, that actually looks pretty
They actually
good.
that was a real Triceratops for
Oh,
that
that's
scene.
Yeah,
probably
they-
why.
They actually
Yeah.
paid a Triceratops to be for that scene.
Whatever
that one
happened?
in
Did he
particular.
ever make it anywhere?
No, they tried to recast him in Dumbo too, but it
Ah.
didn't. It didn't work out after
Didn't
the
work
first
out.
Dumbo died.
Ooh.
Rip in peace. So he had a short-lived career, but he actually died, I believe, during
Good
the
for
making.
him. He has a good
of
legacy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That was him actually dying in the film. Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, IMDb that trivia section is be probably towards the top, I assume, because that's fairly interesting trivia. The next movie on our list, Titanic.
That's right.
My heart will go.
Ran into an iceberg.
The movie that started the blockbuster movie tradition and showed that
What
James
happens in that
Cameron
movie?
knows what's up. Spoilers.
They make it to the U.S., right?
No, they don't. No, sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, but rewatch that if you want, because it's kind of a big scene towards the end where you find out what happens to them.
Okay.
They're going to New York, right? Like that's
I believe so.
Yeah, they were going from
in
England
the movie
to
and
New
in
York.
real life. That's
Yeah.
where they were.
And in
going.
human real life, yes.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a fun epic that,
They were going to make the journey across the Pacific.
you know, one of the probably believe it's the first movie that made $1 billion. It was
was a great movie.
So if you haven't watched a movie, wagging my finger, what are you doing yourself? And you know, and then James Cameron followed it up with Avatar, which blew up even more. I mean, you know, classic.
That was a true
Rose.
story, right? Avatar?
That also was a true story. Yes, they both were.
Pandora.
Yeah. Titanic took a little bit more liberties with the source material, of course, but
Yeah.
you know.
How'd they get Leonardo DiCaprio to... He was on the Titanic originally, right?
I think so.
And I guess
Yes.
he didn't die. And then
They took footage from when it was actually the boat was sailing,
archive
and they
footage.
and they
Boat was sailing.
they pulled him into it, and they like spliced the scenes together.
Oh, okay.
So they had who's the female lead in the movie? Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kate Winslet. They had her.
Just interact with.
Yeah, she was actually just talking to like
Nothing.
just like a little somebody was holding.
So it's like the Space
like a
Jam of
face.
the Titanic.
Very
world.
similar, very similar film. A classic with many couple classic scenes. Draw Me Like One of Your French Girls. I mean, come on.
Yes.
I mean, come on. You have I'll Never Let Go. He's falling
I
into the
personally, no one ever
ocean.
mentions this, but when the captain, when he goes down with the ship and he's just sitting there and the glass shatters and
Yeah.
it fills with water.
Very tragic.
That was cool.
Very
dramatic
tragic.
scene.
I think a problem with this film is that a lot of people think it's a chick flick. Like, kind of like the Notebook of that era, but I
Mhm.
don't-
It's more. I'd even call it more of a disaster movie almost.
It's because
or
of the
just,
love
the
story.
romance in it.
It's just a
but-
classic movie
yeah.
in its own right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a dry
Also,
eye in the
the,
theater.
When the musicians play as the ship's going down too in the ballroom.
Go on. What's the significance?
No, it's just an iconic scene.
Oh, you kind of
Like,
went backwards there a little bit.
I mean, you guys were jumping around with random statements. I was trying to anchor us down.
I caught that reference to the anchor, which is a part of a.
Yes, it's a part of the
yeah,
ship.
Yeah, you could use it to
You could use it for
make
stuff.
the boat not move and stuff. So on to our last but not least, but chronologically last film that we're including in our Fast 5 best 90s movies. Most icon. What are we? Essential 90s kids movies.
Yeah.
That works.
Toy Story.
Toy
That's
Story.
what it was.
The quintessential kids movie.
You know,
Started the great tradition at Pixar.
Pixar. Yeah.
it might have to be right up there with Jurassic Park. They're very different, but
They're all both amazing.
there is a
in their own right.
dinosaur in both of them.
Yes, there are.
Dinosaur.
And which one's funnier?
That's a tough one.
That's Rex. That's Rex. A great movie. One of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
It's on so many levels. You've Got a Friend in Me. I mean, and it worked very well. The main character was our age. Who hadn't wondered if their toys, what their toys do when we weren't there? Who knows? This movie is basically a biography of what happens.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
It's
everyone
true.
wonders that. You always
RC
wonder
Car.
what happens when I leave.
Ham, Mr. Potato Head. So many great characters. Went on to spawn 2 sequels, even a 4th one, which we've discussed separately,
Yes.
which I was a
Very
little...
angrily.
Yes, I was a little perturbed
Little
about.
heated.
Yes.
Do you think kids, maybe not today, but in the near future, will not appreciate it as much because they're growing up with phones and iPads.
Yeah. I
Not
think
like
so.
physical.
Physical
They'd
toys.
rather have digital.
I mean,
things
yeah,
that
little
they
kids
use
are still
on-
going to get stuff from Toys R Us.
Yes.
Toys, but when they actually appreciate it, I don't think they're at that age where they're going to still have that stuff.
Probably not. I feel like action figures and stuff like that have been going down and down.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Now you just
They're
hand a kid an iPad and he just like, oh,
More and more action figures are geared towards adult collectors too. Like
That's true.
Especially with Marvel character action figures and stuff. They're making those high end action figures that are
a
worth
couple
hundreds of
$100 and stuff.
Well, I think what's cool about the movie and like Wreck-It Ralph or something, you know the toys that are in the store.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That
You're like,
nostalgia
maybe
feels.
I didn't have that, but my parents may have had that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Mhm.
Whereas now it's like
Wreck-It
what-
Ralph's another great
what is
movie
that?
like
Yeah.
that too.
That
What
was
do the
in
video
90s.
games
Wasn't in the 90s, but
do?
you should still see it.
What do the video games do when you're not playing them, Jared?
They run around in madness.
Yeah,
Go to
they
other
all hang
video
out with
games.
each other and stuff. It's very
Play
fun.
poker.
I
No,
mean,
they don't do that.
Tim Allen and Tom Hanks, classic voice cast,
Oh, absolutely.
and you know, great tradition at Pixar. It all started there.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
follow-up Bug's Life was almost, you know, a good movie, but it wasn't Toy Story.
No.
So yeah, that's our essential 5. Let's go through really quick some other ones that
Honorable
might have
mentions?
just made
Yeah, what are some honorable mentions?
would have made the list if we
well, we got
expanded
Sandlot.
a little bit. The
Sandlot's a
Sandlot,
classic.
you're killing me,
The
Smalls.
typical
Another great sports movie.
What a
This
sports
one
fan.
Of the
featuring
ages.
kids characters, kids as the main
Yes.
characters. You know,
Those of you fans of backyard baseball would appreciate this one.
Pablo Sanchez, right field
How
shot.
did you remember that?
Not that backyard baseball.
What do you mean? Just playing
Actual
baseball?
playing
Ew.
No, I meant the
Who
game.
plays
backyard
outside?
baseball.
What are you, some kind of weirdo?
Or wiffle ball.
All right.
Jesus,
no.
everyone sits on side.
I
of the
was talking
computer.
about the game.
Yeah, he was.
Were you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a classic.
I know it's a classic game.
And it was on computers.
What?
It was a computer game.
It was like
Yeah.
that and Roller Coaster Tycoon, or
Yeah,
like
Tycoon
Kaidoon.
and Doom.
Wow, that was
That's a
A
really
little
good game.
old for us.
yes. It is.
All right,
Well
next
mature.
honorable mention. What do we got?
Well, how about
Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. It's a good one.
Also, one of my favorite movies of all time.
A very good movie.
Great movie. Jim Carrey steals the show, so to speak.
He really
Um,
stole it. He stole
He
the
actually
actual film.
stole the film. There
It was a
was
show.
There was a big lawsuit over that one.
It was a big deal. Went on for a
Um,
couple years.
yeah. They finally got it back and released
What
it.
year? I know it's not the 90s, but what year did The Mask come out?
That was 94.
94?
Yeah.
The same year as.
Was it really?
I believe it was the same
I thought
year
it
as
was
Dumb and
later
Dumber.
than that. That's got to be on there. That's a great movie.
I was
Can we
thinking.
make that
I
an
forgot
honorable
what
mention?
you said.
No,
and it
because
completely
Dumb and
reminded
Dumber
me
is
of
better
the
than The
Mask.
Mask.
It's an honorable mention. We can have as many as we want.
Yeah, but
Come
you
on,
can't
The
have that
Mask's
many
a
Jim
great
Carrey
movie.
movies.
Jim Carrey's awesome.
Jim Carrey is the 90s.
Yes.
Ace Ventura.
Ace Ventura 2.
Ace Ventura 2. Liar, liar.
Oh, Liar, Liar. That's a classic with Fletcher. Carrie Elwes? No? All right.
Yeah, no. You're good.
I know. Okay.
Well, I'm throwing The Mask in.
All right, you throw
I
the
like
mask
it.
in. Somebody stop me. Brrr. Okay.
Yes.
There's the mention. Are you happy now?
I'm happy.
All right,
Continue
great.
on.
All right, yes, a great movie. Love the. I mean, I can't even talk about how many. There's so many great scenes in that movie.
Yeah.
The whole movie is great scenes.
And
The
last
Matrix.
one mentioned all over the place. You already said it. Why do I have to say it again?
What do you mean?
You
Mentioned
looked like
all
you
over
wanted
the
to
place.
say,
What does that mean?
I wanted to say it, but he
What
said
do you
it
mean
while I
it's
was
mentioned all
saying
over
it.
the place.
Like,
It's very
whenever
very
something's
popular.
going on and it's just, it could never, I can't really explain it. But you would say,
It's still
"Oh, I'm in the
referenced in
Matrix."
pop culture a
Yeah,
lot
it's
today.
like
you
a
know,
little
the-
glitch.
The red
Yeah.
and blue
If,
pill.
like, yeah, if you like have
and-
deja vu or something, you'll say, oh, it's a glitch.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's little things that
normal
just
people don't say
everyday
those
life.
things. Maybe you say.
I
A
don't say them, actually.
game-changing
A lot of
science
people say
fiction film.
Yes.
It relaunched the whole genre. I mean,
it made
this-
you think.
yes, a thinking man's action movie, which, you know, that wasn't really a thing before then.
No one really thought about anything.
The sequels never even came close to the high hopes,
Kind of like today.
high standards of the first movie. It got caught up in its own, got a little too preachy, but
Yeah.
Never watched the sequels, actually.
Either of them?
I saw the majority of the third one and a snippet of the second one.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Watch
as long
the
as you-
highway
as long as you
scene
saw
in the
first
second
one.
movie.
That's the
Okay,
snippet
great.
that I
Okay,
saw.
great. That's the main scene you have to watch. With the keymaker.
Yeah.
That's the best scene in the whole movie, with the ghost people
Alright, so
following
that's-
him.
that's
Yeah,
why
the
I thought
albino
so.
ghost guys. Alright. And
So-
third movie is a little, it's weird. It's all over the place. But, I mean, the first one, Morpheus, choose the blue pill or the red pill, had everyone questioning existence. The Matrix, a great movie. A little bit, and that came out, I believe, in 99, so just on the cusp. So you probably wouldn't have fully appreciated it when it
Says
first
red
came out.
pill or blue pill. Pill was actually green. He was colorblind. A little trivia for you.
I don't believe that one.
Wait, what?
Look it up.
I'm not gonna look it up.
Who
It's
was
either
who
the
was
opposite.
colorblind?
Lawrence Fishburne.
Like in the movie or in real life?
In real life, he's colorblind.
He's colorblind. So the
So,
pill was
The pill is actually the opposite of what he says. I can't remember which one it is.
what?
Yeah.
All right. What
Just a
a
little trivia there.
terrible ending to this.
Very
What a weak.
Fine.
If this was a movie, I would have walked out of the theater.
Well, I'm walking out.
You know, there's also, while we're on the little trivia, there's a scene where you can see the camera. You ever notice that?
In The Matrix?
Yeah, I think it's in the Matrix. When someone's going to reach down, I think it's in a doorknob or something, you can see the reflection of the guy.
Pikachu!
Pokemon the movie, when was that?
2000.
2000!
No, that's the second one. It's called Pokemon the Movie 2000.
Well,
That one featured Zapdos and Articuno. The first one came out before then with the Mew and
With
Mewtwo.
we're going to throw that in there, too.
That's also an honorable mention. Classic. That and obviously Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie.
That wasn't Zapdos and Articuno. That was Lugia and Ho-Ho.
Yeah, but they were also in the movie.
Were
They got captured by the shady guy that
Shady man.
captured
The one with
people.
Mew and Mewtwo was the one I was thinking of. Which
That's the first one.
That's the first one.
Yeah.
So that's the one.
I believe it's called Pokemon the first movie.
And they gave out the Mew cards, right?
Yes, they
Yeah.
did.
the movie theater.
The
Who does
ancient
that?
Mew.
That was revolutionary.
That was great.
And it died.
Great promotion.
It died, but you
No
know,
promotions
they
anymore.
cared about their viewers. So
Yes,
Yeah,
they
that was
did.
nice.
It encouraged people to go to the
Yeah.
theaters.
Well, actually, the Avengers, when you bought it online, a ticket, you could get
The first
an
one?
e-comic
an
book.
e-comic.
That's stupid.
The second one or the first one?
I mean, it's dumb how they did it, but it was the second one. It was.
I would
the only
I would
thing
more
I've
appreciate
seen.
like an actual like a poster or something.
Oh yeah, it would
That'd
be
be
awesome.
cool.
Who's gonna give away a poster? That's like $7 or $8.
They make billions of dollars.
Oh, not the movie theaters. Why? You're gonna go see the
No.
movie anyway. Why?
The
are they
movie
gonna-
theaters are giving that stuff to give out.
You know what?
Yeah,
but
but
Pokemon knew we were going to see the
they
movie
can't give
anyway.
everyone
But they
one.
still gave us a Mew
A
card.
golden Mew card
Solid, not
in
gold.
a giant chrome Pokeball.
Yes.
That was not given out.
Yeah, what? That's what. Oh no, I'm thinking.
You're thinking of
Burger King.
the no McDonald's. They
Or
had the
whatever
little
it was.
Pokeball.
Yeah, they did with the little gold
They had the
tablets.
actual
Yeah.
tablets.
It was like a little. Oh, those were the
Oh,
days.
they gave you. It wasn't a gold card. It was an ancient card.
Yeah, that was the ancient Mew.
Yeah.
Oh, I was confusing the gold McDonald's thing.
Yeah, those were like an extra $3 or
Either
something
way.
with the kids' meal purchase.
I appreciated it.
I think
as
I might
you.
still have one of those.
I think they're somewhere in here. So yeah, those are the movies that we want to highlight for you guys. Make sure you've seen all of them. If not, get to your local theater and then you'll
Not see them because
probably
they're not going to be there.
have to drive home again. But while you're there, you could probably watch
Go
a
to your
movie or
local
something.
library if you have a card.
No one goes to the
Yeah,
Yeah,
library.
where would you get
Know
these
where your
movies now
library
to
is.
watch them?
The internet.
The internets.
Like legally though.
The internet. You can still watch it
You can
digitally or
find them on
something. Or
Netflix
some of them
or
might be on
Redbox
Netflix.
or something.
Probably some of them, but not all of them. I don't think all of them would be on Netflix.
Some of them might be on like
Your
if you
local
have
Blockbuster.
IO or something.
Blockbuster.
Yeah, go to Blockbuster.
Pick one up from the 2-day rental area.
All right, well, hope you enjoyed our list.
Maybe hit you in the feels a little bit.
Hopefully you go see them all and enjoy them as much as we did.
Well, hopefully you've already seen them.
Hopefully
if not,
that too.
What are you doing with your life? Maybe you're like 50, so that's fine. But if you're our age, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself.
But so long.